So I have with me a copy of Twisted Metal 3, which supposedly is David Jaffe's least favorite version of the series that he created, which is also our tech lead, Mike. It's his favorite game, and he worked on it as well. And we're going to go right now and see if David will sign this for me. Hey, David. So I think I've told you that I'm a pretty big fan of the Twisted Metal series. I was wondering if you would mind signing my favorite Twisted Metal game for me. Could you do that? Do you have a Sharpie on you?
See, you're shaking, and you shouldn't, because... So, here's the thing. This is your favorite one.
Yeah, it's my favorite. Twisted Metal 3. It's great.
See, this is the problem. I'm in a bit of a conundrum. Maybe you can help me as a programmer who understands the logic. I can sign it, which I will, and I'll make you happy, and I'll give you that. The problem is, it'll call into question my judgment in hiring you, because clearly you're a fool. And so, which would you rather have, the job or the signed Twisted Metal? You can have either. Nick?
Yes.
I think John may be very well on his way out. I think he either wants this signed or he wants to, then you'll lose your job, yeah?
I'll pass on the signature then. Maybe I'll just have the lead programmer sign it.
Maybe I can sign the calling out card.
I'll just have Mike sign it.
Yeah, have Mike sign it.
So you're not a fan of this game then?
You know what, honestly, yes and no. First off, anytime you ship anything that runs, it's a fucking cause for celebration because it's hard to make a game.
Amen.
Right. Number two, the crunch this team was under. I mean, what happened was this came out so 2 had come out, it was a huge hit, and then the single track guys went off and they did Road Trip, and I believe Mike's over here, the lead programmer, one of the lead programmers of this, right? This was a fucking crunch and burn game, right? I mean, wasn't this kind of like you guys had to get it out by Christmas, and it was like, what, how many months did you have to make this?
I think we had 8 months.
Well, I mean, you're right.
Between 8 and 10.
Right. So
we had to be done in 8 and
wow.
2 months.
So when you say, am I a fan of it? I'm a fan of that. Now, if you basically say, okay, new team coming onto a franchise that had already been established by another team, and in that short amount of time, it's hard to really jump on the bandwagon with bashing this. Plus, it's so great. If you go online, there are people who have affinity for this one. I didn't particularly like this one, but I think that had a lot to do with sort of my perception that the powers that be didn't really understand the magic of Twisted Metal, and they kind of they sort of miss it. Here's what I'll say about that. If you look at God of Wars that have been worked on since I don't work on them anymore, there's an understanding that some people have of Kratos that he's just always angry, and that's okay. But that's not my take on Kratos. Just like there's an understanding when you look at a game like this that that Twisted Metal is wacky and it's crazy and hey, let's shoot midgets or little people.
Yeah.
That's not Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal has a dark sensibility, even number 1 and number 2. And so I was really bothered that this one kind of seemed to sort of only play to the surface of it and not really get to sort of the spirit of what truly makes Twisted Metal Twisted Metal. You came over here expecting me to look like the fool, and now you're getting schooled, motherfucker. That's right, you are learning! Learning! But Michael signed
I'm
it.
surprised you actually have a copy
Well,
of that.
I don't.
I just started up
you do.
recently.
Oh.
But Mike, do you mind signing
I
it for
burned
me?
my copy of that when I burned my Dixie Chicks albums, alright? I'm just saying.